Hey, here we go. All right. I wish I could find a better intro or something, but anyway. Sorry for my voice being so hoarse. I was mowing the lawn this morning. I had a sneezing fit. Oh man. Anywho, I think I'll discuss what it means to be illiberal, because I think that's a very important distinction amongst folks. Because I think there are different levels of illiberal. You know, I say this because when I saw Has versus Zoltanus, there are folks who said just because someone is illiberal, does not mean that they're all the same. It's the same thing as like, well, just because I saw this take too, it's like just because we want a revolution doesn't mean, we're all communists, or doesn't mean that, it's communist or something like that. The second point is more cope, but I think the first point is going to be different. Okay, so in my opinion, liberalism, you can divide it into two sectors, between the political and the economical. The political version is basically, okay, being able to vote in a parliamentary system, or in the duopoly that we have in the U.S. between Democrats and Republicans, right? Being able to vote for these things and have free and fair elections, all right, quote unquote, right? Not democratic centralism, because obviously that's more Marxist-Leninist, where that is a lot of the ideas are developed within a Politburo, and of course that comes from the vanguard and whatnot. So, man, my voice is raw. I don't even know why. Anywho, so that's the political side of it. The economic side of it is that liberalism means free market. Free market being that basically, like I said, depending on what you mean by free market, liberalism, of course, today has some actual limits to, how free markets are. It's like, there are regulations in the state, between states and between counties. There are, antitrust laws and whatnot. So it's not really free necessarily, purely free. Like you can just open up a hot dog stand in front of your house and just be like, yeah, let's sell some hot dogs. No. Because the thing is that people have learned since then, obviously people like Upton Sinclair came out with their books, right? So instead you have the reverse of that, which is like nationalization, right? So you have certain industries that take over companies. Now, of course, that can mean that you're social democratic, which does have overlaps with liberalism. But I think that being illiberal means that basically, I think that people can simplify illiberal as this, is that you oppose the current Western system. You oppose the EU. You oppose NATO. You oppose, the federal government. You oppose all these entities. That's what it means on a basic level to be illiberal. The second layer is, okay, what do we replace it with? Okay. Well, in terms of a Marxist-Leninist system, you would have, kind of like, I wouldn't say exactly like the Soviet Union, but very similar, with like a Politburo and, being able to elect folks there. There will be elections, and there may even be parties, of course. Ultimately, those parties do, are loyal to the main party, such as the Korean People's Social Democratic Party and the DPRK and all that other stuff. But anywho, so you would have similar parties, of course, depending on what you're talking about. I mean, obviously, the fascist party would have, it's like if you had a fascist government, if you will, I imagine that it would be one party. But you would have there would be different levels of that party, and different people would be different part of different factions, much the same way as the Communist Party was. There are people who are part of different, factions, So you had the reformers and you had the social conservatives and, all this other stuff, right? So, I mean, to me, like I say, this is what it means to be illiberal. Doesn't mean that's all the same. Or provide democracy to more people, right? I mean, that's obviously another issue as well. Democracy, of course, is such a misplaced word anyway. We don't have democracy in the U.S. We have a oligarchy. And maybe I'm quoting from people like Jimmy Dore, but it's true. We have an oligarchy. It does not matter who you vote for. They will play the game, you know. At least that's my opinion. Like I said, I could go on and on about this, but I would probably be putting myself further in the weeds, further into deep waters that I think that would make it look real bad. So I'm going to record one more video, even though my voice sounds awful. But you know what? I'm going to continue on. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. See you later, and a goodbye. This will come out when it comes out. So there you go. Anyway, bye-bye.